I want to introduce the water test area. It starts on the left with a ston, always. On the right will be a competitive unit. The laser helps you find the bubbles. A digital gauge records pressure at the manifold. This is time and temperature. And the fast bleed-off valve, where I can take a 10-gallon simulated tire down much quicker than waiting for it to leak through the device you're looking at in the water. Now we'll move on to the testing. This is a valve that I picked up in California. It's a identical Ston knockoff. The testing process is to reach in back for this valve, turn this valve on, and watch the start of the airflow. And then, more importantly, is watch how the valves shut off. All the valves were adjusted to about 15 plus or minus a couple of pounds. I'm giving you the whole bleed down at real time on this valve. All the others will be presented at a fast forward motion, and you can get a sense of what's going on by watching both the clock and the air pressure. Notice that the Ston has shut completely off. The other valve, it's hard to say whether it has shut off or not. We're going to be testing 4 identically looking Ston knockoffs and then 3 other valves that achieve the same function. I'm now going to the fast bleed off mode, and what that's going to do is bring the pressure down faster so we don't have to wait for the leak just through the valve, but actually it's leaking back where my hand is. We're going to watch the bubble trail and see how it decreases. The pressure is decreasing, and the bubbles will get less and less and less. For all the future units, we're going to see a transition. That'll identify a new unit coming up under test, and then fast forward through this whole process. This idea of testing underwater is not new. Before I went to work for Ston in 2001, when I first tested their deflators, I did an underwater test. You can go to the Ston website to see that article. This unit comes to us from Western Australia. Note the sharp Ston turnoff. Even when I go into the fast bleed-off mode, I still see evidence of residual airflow. I had a friend buy this unit out of Washington State. You'll see the Ston sharply turn off, and then you'll see me go into the fast bleed-off mode, and the unit, again as the others, still shows residual airflow. It's identical to the first unit that I ran at regular speed. This unit was picked up in Spain. It's the last of 3 of the Ston identical knockoffs. Watch for the sharp Ston turn off, and then again fast bleed off and residual airflow in this unit. In the process of trying to adjust the other units, I was listening for a distinct snap off, which I didn't hear. I even recorded it and tried to look at the audio waveform to see if I could see a distinct change in sound that would tell me it was shutting off. I couldn't find it. Some of you may recognize this. This is a unit that's been around for a long time. It has pretty good shut-off qualities, but watch the end of the device. This unit comes to us from east of the Mississippi, of different design. It has an external spring. Again, watch the shutoff qualities. This is the big guy of the group. It comes to us from England. It has notches so you can preset the pressure without a gauge. Watch the shutoff qualities. In the process of testing the units underwater, we found that the anodized aluminum corroded a bit, and some of the springs were apparently not made of stainless steel. We saw rusting in our short tests. How do you know if you've got a ston? Look for ston on the adjustment cap.